Hey guys, my name is Brandon and welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you like what you see in here, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button so you stay notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, let's get straight on with today's video. Hey everyone and welcome back to Is That More Brandon. So for today's video, I'm actually going to do a quick overview, I guess, of Saltburn, which is a film that actually came out, I think, last year. Or this year, I don't actually know because we haven't actually had that long of this year. But basically, it was a film that I saw advertised quite a lot. I thought I'd give it a watch. I'm not gonna give any spoilers away or anything like that, but I'm just gonna kind of introduce this as kind of two different videos. So this is gonna be a quick little overview for the film, but also going forwards, any film reviews, series reviews, things like that will obviously be on this channel. If it's like a series where there's multiple different episodes, I may do a review to every single episode individually. If it's just a one-off film, for example, like this one, then I'll just do a one-off video like this one. So, yeah, I think getting straight into the video, Saltburn, when it was explained to me by some of my friends, it kind of was advertised to me as like a gay, like romance kind of film, and I was like, okay, that sounds quite cool. I like the LGBTQ plus related films, but yeah, I had no idea what to expect. It wasn't as dramatic as I thought it was going to be, but it was still a really, really good story, and you know, lots of spins and spirals and things throughout the film. But yeah, definitely would recommend watching it if you haven't seen it. And also one of the main characters, Jacob Elordi, don't get me wrong, is absolutely gorgeous. So you know, when I saw him in it, I was like, oh, I know that guy from Instagram. But yeah, he's a really good looking guy, very good actor, and the other guy was as well, the guy that played Oliver Quick. I don't know what his real name was, but the guy that played Oliver was really quite a decent looking lad as well. So, you know, good little, I guess, friendship I believe that they kind of had. So basically what happened in theory is you got loads of students at Oxford University, and you have kind of like the smart kids, so not very many of the nerdy kids kind of from like outside of London. I think this guy was from Mersey or Prescott, which I think is somewhere like near Liverpool or something. So he's kind of not from London. You wouldn't expect, or stereotypically people wouldn't expect people from those locations to be able to get into Oxford, I think is what the kind of theme or message of the story was, kind of like they were the minority in that situation. And then people like Jacob Elordi, i.e. his main character Felix, and kind of his friends were like the popular kids. They maybe weren't as smart, but they were more like party kids, you know, going out drinking, smoking, you know, getting with people, whatever. So it was kind of blending those two worlds together and kind of seeing, well, hang on, you've got the popular kids, the good-looking kids, and then you've got like the nerdy but very smart, studious students. So it's kind of like how those two worlds merged together. So yeah, throughout the film, basically, you see lots of different things going wrong. So for example, you know, Felix's bike broke, and they kind of built some sort of weird friendship because Oliver Quick basically allowed him to use his bike. And then they kind of formed a friendship of like, oh my god, you let me use your bike, obviously come hang out with me and my friends. And it completely makes sense now. Everything that happened that didn't seem right definitely wasn't right. So yeah, I definitely understood at the end that I wasn't stupid when I was watching the film, because I was like, hang on, that doesn't make sense. Well, hang on, that's a bit out of place. Well, hang on, but that doesn't make sense quite here. So yeah, it was one of those things of like, I kind of foresaw something that probably wasn't going to happen that did end up happening anyway. So I have quite a good eye with things like this. So yeah, anyway, throughout the film, they have a bit of a weird, I guess, bond. And then Felix basically offers Oliver to come and obviously stay with him, because he basically knows that he hasn't got a good family life at home. He hasn't got any siblings. I think his dad had basically died at that point. He hit a rock or something. And it basically all turns out that everything Oliver has explained to Felix has basically been a lie. He was invited to all these parties. I think they even celebrated his birthday, and Felix basically got quite angry and was basically like, you've got to leave after this party. Obviously you can't leave now because this party's been arranged for you, but you kind of have to go. You're not able to stay here anymore. And then what we saw is gradually one family member at a time kind of being used, taken out, killed, and at the end kind of Oliver took control of the household, and it kind of turned out that he was the one taking all these people out. And then it kind of shows you flashbacks of how the different things happened, how he pre-planned things. Basically, he was an innocent, smart boy from Liverpool, but he was also very witty, and he basically didn't really take no for an answer, or didn't like being seen as, you know, just someone that hadn't had anything in their life. Like, he was obviously very poor from a bad family background, whatever, or that's kind of what he explained throughout the film. So I think by him taking out this family, he was then able to, you know, be in charge of this massive mansion with all the guards and servants and whatever. And I think that was the one thing as well. He knew that Felix was kind of rich or, you know, well off. So he kind of did everything he could to befriend this person, to then kind of take him and his family out so that he could have it all for himself, because he didn't really have anyone, and he wasn't going to go back to Prescott to live with his family, who actually, it turns out, he did have 3 siblings, never mentioned it to Felix, and also his dad didn't die. He just kind of wanted to make Felix feel bad if he didn't befriend this this Oliver guy. So very weird, mischievous. It's not like I wouldn't say he did anything specifically wrong. I just think he kind of twisted his truth to kind of make friends, which makes sense. Sometimes you have to lie about things in order to get other things that you want, but at the same time, it's like, if he was just honest and said, actually, my dad didn't die, you know, actually, I've got 3 siblings, actually, you know, I'm not that well off, like, but I just need some friends. And I think that was the thing as well, that he sold like a fake story to Felix about, you know, him being his only friend, and, you know, he's definitely been there for him and blah, blah, blah. When actually, I don't think he was lonely. I don't think he was. I just think because he was so smart and so nerdy, I don't think he ever needed to have friends, because he kind of just had himself, and then that one weird guy who he kind of dismissed for this new group of people. So I think it was kind of a good thing that the other nerdy guy that was being friends with Oliver kind of got a green card to like leave before he got himself involved in any sort of killing sprees or anything. But really, really interesting film. Definitely the best film I think I've seen this year, because we are already, like, you know, 5 days into the new year. So the only film I've seen this year. But yeah, I mean, from 2023, I think I must have watched more than 3 films, but there was the 3 that I did reviews on my blog. So I think going forward, I'm going to do little video reviews instead. I think the blogs are going to be just for things that I need to write about, for example. But no, everything else will be in kind of video content or photo content. But the 3 films from last year that, like I said, the 3 that I wrote about was Megan. So that was basically the scary doll who became a toy for this little girl, and became like a worldwide sensation, and all the kids wanted to buy one. And then for some reason, Megan the toy switched. She became really scary, really creepy, and basically she died. Well, I mean, she was dead anyway, she was a toy, but she basically came to life, and this entire family had to like go around and like kill this doll. So that was quite a scary film. I won't explain the whole story, you can go watch that for yourself. The second one was obviously Saw X. So obviously we know Spiral came out in 2021 or 2022, and Saw X, I think, was Spiral? I actually can't remember what the name of the film was. It was Saw, the newest one. This was a really, really interesting film as well. Like I said, every single one of the Saw films that I've seen, I mean, I've seen every single one. I love this series completely. Like, I absolutely love Saw. I obviously would like to be in a Saw film one day, but I don't know if that's going to happen, because I don't know if I'm the type of character that they want. But, you know, I'll put that out there again, just in case someone sees it. Incredible film. It kind of told the story of John and Mr. John or Dr. John or whatever he's called, kind of having some sort of heart injury or whatever, and he was basically, again, similar to Saltburn, he was kind of sold a dream that he was going to have all his body fixed, and he was going to be walking again as normal and blah, blah, blah. And basically all of the doctors and all the people that were kind of around to help him actually made him worse. So he came out of the surgery with, like, you know, the previous patient wasn't actually a patient, he was just kind of a mole. And, you know, the doctor was actually previously the taxi driver who took him to the venue, so he was kind of playing 2 different lives. So basically they were all treating him as if he was an idiot because he was an older guy. So yeah, that was that film. Third and final film from last year was obviously Barbie. So Barbie came out, and, you know, everyone kind of got really excited and really, you know, yeah, really happy and energized and whatever from that film. Again, it was one of those films that I didn't expect I'd actually like as much as I did. There was a moment that I cried. There was a moment that I almost cried. I didn't actually cry. The moment I cried, a moment where I was obviously wetting myself laughing, and there was also some moments where I was like, wow, this is we genuinely needed these parts of this film out. So Megan, Saw and Barbie were the 3 films that I watched last year. I didn't actually do a review to Barbie, but then I just remembered there is a 4th film called After. So this was the film series where it was all about kind of love and relationships. So After Everything was actually the 3rd one that I did a review to. That film was incredible. I think they've actually now brought that series to an end, but I think there's about 5 or 6 films in total. So you've got like After All, After All Again or something like that, and then obviously the last one was called After Everything. It's about a guy and a girl who basically had some very weird love story, you're not sure where it's going to go. Are they in love? Are they not? Are they going to hang together? Are they not? And basically at the end, but they end up getting very, very close, and you know, they kind of solve their issues. So it's basically just seeing how they go from strangers at the beginning to kind of meeting at school. She's the kind of the nerdy kid, he's kind of the naughty kid, both very intellectual. He's obviously an author. And then right at the end you see, well, hang on, this is the entire journey they've gone through, all the people they've lost, all the people they've gained. I think her dad was ill at one point, so they kind of just had each other throughout that entire thing. And although both of them did some questionable things, they obviously had each other at the end. And I don't really know what happened right at the end, but I know that they ended up having some sort of family. So yeah, spoiler alert, it all happens with a happy ending. But you know, if you want to go and watch that, that was called After. There's just a series called After. So yeah, Megan, Saw, Barbie, and After Everything, and then obviously this review was all about Saltburn. So yeah, it's a good start to 2024 so far. I know there's a lot of films, series, things like that coming out. I did actually have a list of all the ones that I wanted to catch up on from 2, 3, 4 years ago, but I did actually get rid of that list just because I want to move forward now. We're only going to be here for so long, and you know, there's only going to be so many films and series we're going to be able to watch. Wow, that got to do it really quickly. But basically, yeah, I just want to watch things that are either pending, like my review, things that are like, you know, are trending, so that people are actually interested in and talking about, so at least, you know, get my views up a little bit, or just things that I see online, I'm like, oh, actually that looks alright, so do a quick review on it. But yeah, I'm not going to review every single film, I'm not going to make every single film review very, very long. It's just going to be a quick overview, and yeah, if you do enjoy the films or the reviews, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Let's chat in the comments, and if there are any other recommendations that you have for films or series or shows or whatever, just let me know and I'll try and get around to them as quickly as I can. Still got a few others to watch from last year, so I will get onto that as soon as possible. But yeah, until my next review, thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Until then, thank you for watching, and goodbye.